5,000 years ago, a legendary civilization emerged from the shifting desert sands, nourished by the life-giving waters of the Nile, beginning an eternal journey through history. Long before the great monuments, small tribes gathered along the river's edge, learning to harness the seasonal floods to create the world's most fertile agricultural heartland. The story of an empire began with King Menes, who united the two warring lands, wearing the double crown that symbolized the birth of the first pharaoh. From the capital of Memphis, the pharaohs ruled as divine kings, bridging the gap between the mortal world and the celestial realm of the gods above. In the Old Kingdom, the horizon changed forever as the Great Pyramids began to rise. Monumental structures of stone, designed to protect the king's soul for eternity. Every block of limestone was a testament to human will, moved by thousands of skilled craftsmen who dedicated their lives to the service of their divine ruler. Inside these stone mountains lay hidden chambers and labyrinthine passages, protected by ancient magic and secret architecture to ensure a peaceful journey into the great afterlife. The Giza Plateau stood as a beacon of architectural perfection, a wonders of the world that would challenge time itself and leave future generations in total awe. Religion was the heartbeat of Egypt, where the gods Osiris and Ra guided every aspect of life, from the rising sun to the mysterious judgment of souls. Through sacred rituals and prayers, the ancient priests maintained the cosmic balance, ensuring the Nile continued to flow and the stars remained in their proper places. As centuries passed, Egypt evolved from a kingdom of builders into a powerful empire of warriors, ready to expand its influence across the known ancient world. The new kingdom marked the zenith of Egyptian power, as mighty pharaohs led their armies north to the Levant and south into the gold-rich lands of Nubia. Thutmose III, the Napoleon of Egypt, expanded the empire's reach through brilliant military campaigns, making Egypt the undisputed superpower of the Bronze Age Eastern Mediterranean. The wealth of conquest flowed back to the Nile, funding the construction of the Great Temple of Karnak, a sprawling stone forest dedicated to the god Amun-Ra. Pharaohs no longer built pyramids, choosing instead the secluded Valley of the Kings for their final resting places, hidden deep within the limestone cliffs of Thebes. The boy king Tutankhamun may have had a short reign, but the discovery of his untouched tomb revealed a staggering treasury of gold that shocked the modern world. Every artifact told a story of luxury and craftsmanship, proving that even in death, the pharaohs surrounded themselves with the most exquisite beauty the earth could offer. Ramses the Great, the most prolific builder in history, immortalized his image in stone across the land, ensuring his name would be remembered for all time. The clash at Kadesh was one of the largest chariot battles ever fought, a desperate struggle for dominance between the Egyptian empire and the Hittite rivals. Ramses himself claimed divine intervention on the battlefield, turning a near defeat into a strategic victory that solidified his legend as a protector of the Egyptian people. Military might was the foundation of the empire, supported by advanced logistics and the terrifying speed of the Egyptian archers who dominated the ancient field. But Egypt was more than war. It was a land of vibrant festivals and celebration, where the people rejoiced in the abundance provided by their gods. The written word preserved their history, as scribes meticulously recorded every harvest, every tax, and every victory of the king on sheets of papyrus. Yet even the greatest empires eventually fade, and as the new kingdom weakened, the age of the pharaohs began its long, slow decline into history. The arrival of Alexander the Great marked a profound turning point, as the Greek conqueror was welcomed as a liberator from the harsh Persian rule. On the shores of the Mediterranean, Alexander founded his namesake city, a cosmopolitan metropolis that would bridge the cultures of East and West for centuries. The Pharos Lighthouse, one of the ancient wonders, guided ships into Alexandria's harbor, a symbol of the city's power as the center of global trade. Within the Great Library, the collective knowledge of the human race was gathered, creating an intellectual sanctuary for philosophers, scientists, and the greatest mathematicians. The Ptolemaic dynasty blended Greek governance with Egyptian tradition, adopting the titles and rituals of the pharaohs to maintain legitimacy over their diverse subjects. Cleopatra VII, the last of the Ptolemies, was a brilliant diplomat and linguist who fought desperately to preserve her kingdom's independence from Rome. Through her alliances with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, she sought to restore Egypt's former glory, navigating the treacherous waters of Roman civil war and ambition. But the power of Rome was too great. The defeat at Actium sealed the fate of the queen and the end of sovereign Egyptian rule for centuries. Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire, the vital breadbasket that provided the grain necessary to feed the millions living in the city of Rome. The culture became a fascinating hybrid, where Roman emperors were depicted as pharaohs and the cult of Isis spread across the vast Roman world. As the ancient gods began to fade, the land of the Nile waited for a new spiritual awakening that would transform its identity once again. The 7th century brought a new era as Arab armies advanced into Egypt, carrying the message of Islam and forever altering the country's social fabric. The first mosque on the African continent was built, signaling the birth of a new capital and the gradual conversion of the population to the Islamic faith. Cairo emerged as a vibrant center of commerce and culture, a crossroads where traders from Africa, Asia, and Europe met to exchange goods and ideas. Under the Fatimid Caliphate, Cairo became a city of architectural wonder, filled with grand mosques, palaces, and the world-renowned center of learning, Al-Azhar. Al-Azhar University stood as the beacon of Islamic scholarship, attracting students from every corner of the Muslim world to study science, law, and theology. The legendary Saladin built the citadel of Cairo to defend the heart of Egypt from the Crusaders, creating a fortress that remains a symbol of strength today. The Mamluks, a fierce class of warrior slaves, eventually took control of the throne, becoming the defenders of the faith against the most terrifying invaders. At the Battle of Ain Jalut, the Mamluk army achieved the impossible, stopping the seemingly unstoppable Mongol hordes and saving the Islamic world from total destruction. This victory ensured Cairo's position as the cultural and political capital of the Islamic world, preserving centuries of tradition while Europe was still in the dark. Mamluk Cairo became a masterpiece of art and architecture, where every street and alleyway displayed the incredible skill and devotion of its builders. The city of 1,000 minarets continued to glow, a place where the legacy of the pharaohs and the glory of Islam coexisted in eternal stone. By the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire added Egypt to its vast territories, turning the once mighty center into a province of the court in Istanbul. The modern age arrived with Napoleon's cannons as France invaded Egypt, bringing an army of scientists and artists to rediscover the wonders of the past. While the military campaign failed, the scientific expeditions succeeded in documenting Egypt's ancient treasures, sparking a global obsession known as Egyptomania that continues today. The discovery of the Rosetta Stone provided the key to unlocking the ancient language, allowing the modern world to finally hear the long, silent voices of the pharaohs. Out of the chaos of the French retreat, an ambitious officer named Muhammad Ali Pasha rose to power, determined to modernize Egypt on his own terms. Known as the father of modern Egypt, he established factories, reorganized the army, and transformed the economy, making Egypt a regional power once again. His military reforms created a new national identity, as sons of the soil were drafted into a professional army that rivaled the European powers of the time. Cairo was redesigned with grand boulevards and European-style architecture, reflecting Muhammad Ali's dream of creating a nation that could compete with the world's elite. The construction of the Suez Canal was a monumental feat of human engineering, a project that would link the Mediterranean to the Red Sea forever. When it opened in 1869, the canal changed the world's trade routes overnight, placing Egypt at the center of the global geopolitical stage. The strategic importance of the canal eventually led to British occupation, as the European powers sought to control this vital artery of the global empire. But the spirit of the Egyptian people could not be suppressed, as a national movement for independence began to grow in every corner of the country. A new century was dawning, and with it came the promise of a sovereign nation, ready to reclaim its heritage and its own future destiny. In 1952, a group of free officers led a revolution that finally overthrew the monarchy, ending centuries of foreign influence and establishing a republic. Gamal Abdel Nasser became the face of a new, assertive Egypt, championing Arab nationalism and social justice for the millions of hard-working Egyptian citizens. With the construction of the Aswan High Dam, Egypt finally tamed the wild Nile, bringing electricity and stable water to a rapidly growing and modernizing population. The country entered an era of rapid social change as education and healthcare became rights for all, creating a new generation of professionals and leaders. After years of conflict, President Anwar Sadat took a bold step toward peace, a move that changed the Middle East's political landscape forever. The turn of the 21st century brought new challenges as the world watched Tahrir Square become the heart of a modern struggle for democratic change. In the digital age, a new generation of Egyptians is connecting with the world, using technology to express their voices and shape their nation's future. A new capital is rising from the desert sands, a vision of glass and steel that symbolizes Egypt's bold ambition to become a modern global hub. Massive infrastructure projects are connecting the ancient valley like never before, building a foundation for sustainable growth and a 21st century economy. The Grand Egyptian Museum, the largest of its kind, stands ready to showcase the full glory of the pharaohs to the modern world in a majestic setting. Using the latest science, Egypt is preserving its 5,000-year heritage, ensuring that the treasures of the past are kept safe for future generations. Cairo today is a city that never sleeps, a sprawling metropolis that honors its ancient roots while embracing the chaos and energy of modern life. The spirit of innovation that built the pyramids lives on in the scientists and engineers who are leading Egypt into a new era of discovery. From the smallest villages to the tallest skyscrapers, the story of Egypt continues, written by the people who call this sacred land their home. 5,000 years of history have proven one thing: empires may rise and fall, but the eternal spirit of the Nile will never be broken. The journey of the pharaohs continues into the future, as Egypt remains a timeless bridge between the wonders of antiquity and the dreams of tomorrow.